Hello, twisted humans.
Do you find yourself wanting to know more about the latest murder, conspiracy, cult, or haunting?
Then this is the podcast for you. I'm Alicia.
And I'm Sierra, and this is Twisted and Uncorked.
I'm excited for your story.
I'm excited because this is episode 69.
Nice.
Ooh la la. It's a good episode to be episode 69. Also because it is gonna get
Spicy?
What's the word I'm looking? Spicy's good.
Okay,
that works.
Spicy. Okay. I'll take it.
It's gonna be really fun. This is gonna be a very fun episode.
I cannot wait. But before you get into your episode, do you want to read some reviews that we got?
Sure, let's do that.
So our first one comes from our patron Kylie on Apple Podcasts. She says, "Ladies, absolutely loving what you're doing all the way from Melbourne, Australia. I applaud you both. Love you, my twisted sisters, Kylie." And we love you, Kylie.
so much.
God,
Seriously.
she's the best.
Also, Kylie will tell you that you can say Melbourne if you want to.
Yeah.
But on TikTok,
Yeah, I
when
got
you said
yelled at.
Melbourne.
Yeah.
Somebody said it's actually Melbourne.
Actually,
And I
it
was like,
caused a conversation. I'm like, oh God, I'm going to get out of here. I've caused a debate. I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
Oh, gosh.
Another one we got is actually on Audible, guys. We're on Audible now.
Yes.
We're on like fucking everything. But we are still surprised at how many things have podcasts.
Right?
So,
you
Audible,
can listen for free there. I did see that. You don't have to pay for Audible to be able to listen there, but you can review there. So, important note.
Yeah, a lot of you can't review if you don't have Apple Podcasts. I think there's only Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, now Audible, Good Pods,
And
think there's one more.
Castbox.
Castbox maybe. Yeah, there's not very many places to leave a review.
Spotify, get on it. God.
But leaving a review really helps us anywhere you leave it, so it doesn't have to just be Apple Podcast. And also, like we've said a million times, if you leave a review, then you'll be entered in to win a free month of our Patreon.
Yes.
So definitely leave a review wherever you can, even if you don't listen there, and then screenshot it and send it to us like these ladies did. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
Next.
No. Plugs for the win.
Ashley left us a review on Audible, and it says, "Freaking love this podcast. These ladies are great. Awesome storytelling, and their chemistry is perfect. Love these twisted winos." Thank you so much, Ashley.
Thank
and
you,
also,
Ashley.
I just realized I said she, so I just want to correct myself and say they. I don't know if Ashley is a he, she, or they.
Yes.
Or
but we
none
love
of
you
them.
either way.
Anyway.
That rhymed. I saw what you did there. And we also got a lovely email from Emily. She sent in a listener story. So friendly reminder that you can send in those as well. She left us a 5-star rating on Spotify, which again is super helpful, but she just wanted to say nice things because Spotify doesn't let you say nice things as well as your 5 stars. And she said, "Since this app won't let me leave you a review, I just wanted to tell you guys that you are awesome and I love listening to your podcast." So thank you so much, Emily, for leaving those 5 stars there. Much appreciated.
Yes, thank you, Emily.
And thank you for
you
your
wanna leave a
listener
review,
story. Yeah.
If you want to leave a review, you can go over to Audible or
Yeah.
Good Pods or whatever else we just said. Please and thank you, Emily. Above and beyond, we love you.
Yes, we really appreciate that. That's the best way to spread the word, short of yelling at people on the street, but they might not like that. Just a reminder, though, if Sierra and I reach 50 reviews on Apple Podcasts between now and when I go and see her in October, we're going to record and post ourselves doing something really embarrassing, and trust us, you are going to want to see it. The water bottle challenge. If you don't know what we're referring to, it is when you blindfold yourselves, tie a water bottle to the ceiling, swing it around, and try not to get hit in the face. So
It's lots of fun.
you're going to
Maybe.
want to see that. Yeah, you are. So tell your friends, go leave those reviews. And also in October, Sierra and I are recording our monthly Bitch and Wine segment live And for that particular month only, we are going to be releasing it as an all tiers situation. So if you sign up for the $1 Patreon level and up, that is your ticket. And you will get to see us do our little live show. So trust us, you're going to want a ticket to that shit show, because I love our patrons. Bitch and Wine is their favorite segment. And we just talk about random shit. So
Yeah.
It's fun. It's lots of fun. So yeah, go check that out. And we also have 150 plus exclusive episodes there right now if you want to go check it out early. So yeah, without further ado, I'll let Sierra get into episode 69.
Well, actually, first I need you to tell me a fun fact.
Oh shit, yeah, that's a thing. So, did you know that people with schizophrenia can see voices? And this isn't all encompassing. This is people with specific types of schizophrenia. But when they're deaf and they have schizophrenia, instead of audible schizophrenia and hearing voices, they will see them. I can't even picture what that looks like, but it's a fun fact.
That is so crazy.
So I thought that was really cool. So I had to share that.
Science is fascinating.
I know. What is science? Like, what can... That's so cool. Anyway.
Brains. Ugh.
Brains are the coolest. I've always wanted to learn sign language. I learned a little bit of it. One of our regular customers at the restaurant that I sat in my section all the time was deaf. So she would teach me new signs every time she came in, and she was the sweetest lady ever. But I just think it would be so cool to see it if you... I'm just blown away by that. Anyway,
I took a sign language class in college.
Did you? Oh, cool.
I did. I'm not great at sign language because a lot of sign language is expression, facial expression.
Yeah.
And I am someone who is very introverted, and so it's hard for me to show expression on my face. So it's hard. It was hard for me to get the hang of it. I can understand it.
That's so cool.
Pretty well.
I know that.
I mean, not complete sentences. I only took like one class, but I know all the alphabet and stuff like that, and certain signs, like mostly baby signs, like this means more. And
I also think that's really cute with like babies, is that they pick that up faster than words. So like no more, and like things like the kids pick that up really quickly, which I think is kind of cool. But I'm not sure how much of it they remember as adults.
I think it's like the same as anything. As long as you keep doing it, you know, you gotta continue to practice it.
Yeah, interesting. Very cool. But yeah,
very interesting. My fun fact today is slightly related to my story today. Okay. So here's a little hint.
Perfect Sagua.
My fun fact is actually a trivia question.
Oh, no. I'm not ready.
When was the earliest known UFO sighting documented? Was it 100 BC, 1066, 1583, or 1864?
1066. I don't know.
It was 100 BC.
Shit.
Yeah. So, like, BCE, if you're being politically correct and progressive. Yeah. Before, you know, the common era of life, 100. That's insane.
What? I don't even...
So crazy.
I had a hard enough time last week comprehending how old horses are, let alone that.
Yeah.
Let alone that. That's crazy.
And this isn't the first sighting. This is the first documented sighting.
Yeah. I don't know how the government tried to convince us that aliens weren't real for the longest time. Like, come on. That's before our time. This shit was starting to be documented. Come on. Get out of here, government, silly business.
So today is my episode. That means usually we would have a sangria. But today I did not make a sangria. I made a shot.
She did.
And this is called a peanut butter and jelly shot.
I have my peanut butter and my jelly.
It is the wine that we used last week, which is the Concord grape wine, and a peanut butter whiskey. I used, oh crap, what is it called? Sheep something.
Sheepdog?
Oh no, maybe I'm thinking sheep because you just showed me that.
Yeah, I've given you a Freudian slip here. This was the smallest bottle of peanut butter whiskey that I could find in my area. So I am drinking Sheepdog peanut butter whiskey.
Screwball is what I'm using. It literally has a sheep on it, though.
What are the odds of that?
I mean, that's why I thought it was
serendipity up in this business.
But that was the whiskey that all of the websites told me to use. Already, I'm regretting it.
Oh, no.
I had a type of whiskey before, a peanut butter whiskey that we used in one of our recipes. I can't remember which one. I think it was on a bitchin' wine. I mixed like chocolate and peanut butter or something.
Oh yeah.
That was for our what is that?
Holy shit!
Called hot cocoa.
I know exactly.
Bird dog, I think is what it was called.
Yeah.
It smelled a lot like peanut butter, and like it was really peanut buttery. This one so far does not smell like peanut butter. It smells creamy, like cream soda. And so I'm nervous about this.
Mine smells exactly like peanut butter.
Really?
And again, if you're watching, you already made yours? Okay, I'm not ready yet. You can't take it without me. So, happy episode 69 and peanut butter and jelly time. I'm so sorry. I regret it.
Episode 69, peanut butter jelly time.
Cheers.
Oh my god.
That's delicious.
That weirdly tastes like peanut butter and jelly.
Holy shit, that's good. I think we need another one.
That was so weird.
That was weird.
No worries, I got another.
Oh, good. Oh, you're ready. Okay. Okay, hold on.
I didn't bring my bottle in here.
That was really
It is
good.
mine is definitely more like almost coffee flavored, not peanut butter. It as an aftertaste. But when I actually drink it, it does taste like peanut butter and jelly. And it's really weirding me out. Like the weirdest part is the fact that my wine was refrigerated and my whiskey was not. So I can feel the cold and warm, which is what peanut butter and jelly is. Like, yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
so
like when you bite into a sandwich. Totally.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Cheers.
Cheers.
Damn, that's good.
It is really good.
That's dangerous.
Man.
Now, Kevin, he was making fun of me. He's like, you bought peanut butter. He had no idea why, but he saw it on the side of my bag when I got home and we went to go for dinner. And he was like, why the fuck did you buy peanut butter whiskey? And I was like, it's for tonight. And he's like, what kind of sangria is Sierra having you make with peanut butter whiskey? And I was like, we're having peanut butter and jelly shots. And he was like, and you're recording 2 episodes. That's going to go well.
Well, also, I've seen a bunch of recipes just for future use where you make Jell-O shots that are grape Jell-O shots. And instead of using vodka, you use the peanut butter whiskey. And it's peanut butter and Jell-O shots.
When I come and see you in October, we're absolutely making
I'm probably going to do that for like 4th of July if I do something on that day because I have it.
Fucking
Why
delicious. Not? Yeah, why
Yes.
not? Well, that was a very good life choice, Sarah. I applaud you on that. What would you rate this shot?
I would rate this shot a 9 out of 10.
I was going to give it a 9.5.
Yeah, this is delicious. Okay, enough about the wine. We are going to get into this story, but of course, as always, give us just a quick second to let you listen to this promo from Alternative Interests.
Oh, yes.
All right. Okay, are we ready for this crazy episode? I'm so excited. So I brought to you today a very light, very fun episode. It is going to be very image heavy, though.
Oh.
So if you watch us on YouTube, congratulations. You get some extra insight on why this is the coolest cult ever.
And if not, you gotta wait till Monday if you're a patron and Tuesday on social media to see these images.
Yes. We will post them on Instagram. So the cult is called Unarius. Don't get distracted by the name yet. I'll explain it in just a bit. And its leader, for most of the time, was a woman named Uriel. First, I wanted to start by telling you the 3 main beliefs that I have found in this group. They have many more than this, technically, but it's really just these 3 main points that they expand upon or repeat over and over in very drawn-out ways with the weirdest and probably made-up words.
Okay.
But the gist of it is this. Number 1, they believe that past lives are very real. So real that they may cause issues in your present life.
Oh, no.
Everything is made up of energy, which we know from science cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. So souls, aka your energy, are just roaming around the universe, most going from one human life to another. Number 2, Unarians believe that all humans are psychic, and we just don't all know how to control our psychic abilities yet.
Yes.
They believe that through training, therapy, and practice, humans will learn to master their psychic abilities, which is important because, number 3, they believe that all humans need to learn to develop their superconscience, aka psychic ability or Christ-like self, in order to transition into our last life and join our space brothers from the other 32 planets in creating a super celestial city.
Excuse me, did you say 32 planets?
I did.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Okay. Just checking. Like,
It sounds absolutely perfect to me,
It
in
does.
my opinion.
I love it. I'm in.
Amazing. All of it. Yeah. I'm joining this cult right off the bat.
It's not harming anyone so far.
Yeah.
It's right up our alley
So
in
far,
terms
so
of
good.
beliefs. Yeah,
Yes.
why not?
Uriel has it all figured out. But just how did she figure this out? Well, she had some help, of course, from a few men, a few aliens, and her past lives, of which she had about 50.
Oh,
Some
just a
of
few
her
then.
Some of her past lives include Mary of Bethany, aka Jesus' girlfriend,
Oh, shit. Scandalous.
Confucius, Mona Lisa,
Oh.
the Egyptian goddess Isis, Poseidon, Queen Elizabeth, Socrates, the Peacock Princess from the planet of Atlantis, as well as some lesser-known humans of Earth and beings of other planets. We're not talking about the past lives today. We are talking about the most recent life she lived as Uriel.
Okay.
Or, even before that name, when she was Ruth Norman.
Okay.
Ruth was born on August 18th, 1900, and she was raised in California.
So just a few years ago.
She lived a very normal life for a young girl at the time, getting jobs as a child, all odd jobs like a fruit packer or a maid. And then as an adult, she played a more prominent role in her jobs, such as a property manager and a restaurant owner. In the 40s, she became very interested in spiritualism. And she started to dabble in psychic phenomena and past life regression. She was learning everything that she could. In 1954, Ruth attended a psychics convention in LA. It was there that she met and spoke with Ernest Norman for the first time. Ernest was a psychic channeler and a clairvoyant at the convention, and a scientist, electrical engineer, and poet outside of spiritualism.
Okay.
He was very charismatic, as was Ruth, and the two began a relationship within a year of meeting. They were both married at the time when they met, but both of them were like, no, I was wrong. You're the one.
You're the person.
Let's get
for
a
me.
divorce.
All right.
Yeah.
See, they got a divorce though. They didn't cheat like assholes.
Yes.
Go on to our Patreon to find out how we feel about cheating.
Along with their personal relationship taking off, they started a business venture together. They started with books, but that wasn't enough to spread the message that they knew was true. They wanted to teach everyone else in the world about the things that they had learned regarding psychic abilities and spiritualism. So they formed a center called Unarius, which was an acronym for, you ready?
Yes.
Universal, Articulate, Interdimensional Understanding of Science.
No, I was not ready for that. All right.
Which is really just a bunch of fancy sounding words that are kind of redundant.
Yeah.
Universal. Interdimensional.
Yeah. It basically is all saying the same thing.
You're just saying the same thing over and over, but okay. But the point originally was just to teach. And eventually it got out of hand. Obviously, they never called it a cult, but they also didn't even like when people called it a religion.
Okay.
Technically, it is classified as a UFO religion. But if you had asked Ruth or Ernest, they were not starting a religion. They were a spiritual teaching center. They weren't asking people to follow them. They were just teaching people about their beliefs, and if people wanted to follow, that was their choice. They didn't ask for donations for any god or higher being, or for people to live with them on some commune where you share all your belongings.
That's the biggest part I respect, though, because so many cults ask for monetary donations, or you have to be in a like outside of society or outside of your regular life to be able to join.
Right.
So that's kind of cool.
Right. There wasn't much
that's another
to gain
point for them
from followers here except for community. But, and I'm telling you, I love this cult. I will 100% admit it. I love this cult. But if you think about it, this is kind of the same way that Scientology is.
Get out of here, Sierra, with that shit. God.
They don't, there's no like, you have to give all your money to this god. It's just them teaching you.
Yeah.
But in teaching, they brainwash. So, anyway.
But Scientology still separates you very much from your family, your friends, your, like...
That's true.
I don't get that same vibe here, but I get what you mean.
It's teachings that do it, though.
Yeah.
It's not like praise this person that we made up.
I'm going to make you understand and believe these things, and that's going to separate you from your friends and family because they don't believe the same thing.
Anyway, like I said before, Ruth had a bunch of past lives. And of course, Ernest did too. But he didn't seem to talk about it as much. And she didn't even talk about it much until after he died in 1971.
No.
That's when Ruth's Learning Center started to turn more towards the cult side.
Yikes.
She was always a very important person in past lives, and Ernest was always her boyfriend in each of these past lives.
Oh.
So, like in the lifetime when she was Mary of Bethany, he was Jesus.
Okay.
To me, it seemed like she was just sad and lonely and trying to make herself feel better, but it was working way too well, and she was convincing herself of all of this strange information as well.
Okay.
Back when Ernest was still alive, he was the group's main point of contact, and she stood by his side. Now, she was at the top of the pyramid, but she was still getting help from him, according to her. Because according to Ruth, Ernest didn't die. He transitioned.
Oh, okay.
He had evolved into the super celestial being.
Yeah, he did.
So there are 4 planes, or like ways to live, by the way. There's the terrestrial plane, which is where all normal-ass humans are. We're all on the terrestrial plane.
Okay.
Then there's the astral plane. And this is like where you start to be able to control your psychic abilities a little. You're aware of the fact that you have past lives, and maybe you're starting to discover yours. Maybe you can even astral project a bit.
Oh, goals.
In your dreams or whatever. Then the next level, level 3, is celestial. And it seems like this is like where you've made it. Like you're there. You are a celestial being. You're worthy now, right? You've learned all the things you need to. But the fourth plane is super celestial, and that's a step above that. Only really special people transition into super celestial. One of them being Ernest.
Okay.
Ruth was also super celestial, but for unknown reasons, she got to be super celestial and alive at the same time. I'm not sure how she transitioned when she was still alive. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he didn't die, he transitioned to super celestial. Then how are you super celestial if you're still terrestrial? I'm confused. But nobody
Can't have
questioned
it
her,
both
okay?
ways, okay? God.
She can have it any way she wants it.
Apparently.
This is episode 69.
Nice.
So this is when, she becomes super celestial. This is when she changed her name to Uriel. Because that was her super celestial name after marrying an archangel who was also super celestial. She married him while she was astral projecting onto that plane of existence. And marrying the archangel effectively crowned her the Queen of Angels, Uriel.
Okay.
Uriel, by the way, was also an acronym. And it stands for Universal, Radiant, Infinite, Eternal Life.
So the same things over and over again.
A bunch of acronyms, or a bunch of synonyms, yes. This acronym is a bunch of synonyms. There were only 4 super celestial people at the time. Ernest, who, by the way, in his transition became known as Raphael. I don't know why.
Right.
That was his super celestial name. Uriel, because that's her super celestial name. Uriel's archangel husband, whose name is Michael.
Okay.
And Muriel, who is actually Ruth's real-life deceased sister. I don't know why she didn't get a new name. Uriel's new husband, the archangel Michael, was, in a past life, someone we probably all knew. You want to play a game?
Yes.
Guess this person.
Wait.
It was
Is
someone
this like
that...
a jigsaw-like thing? Because no, I do not.
It's not that long, okay?
Okay.
It's someone that both she and Ernest idolized in their lives. So, when I say that, think about how Ernest was an electrical engineer. Someone who had a lot of influence in their beliefs.
Okay.
A man who is very poor, ripped off hotels as a way of life, and was obsessed with pigeons. Do you know who I'm talking about? You don't have to know. It's not a very obvious answer.
It's okay. Tell me.
Michael was Nikola Tesla.
There it is. I was like, why is this so familiar with me? Because my husband is obsessed with Teslas. That's why.
Once again, I'm still on board with this cult. Nikola Tesla was an electrical engineer and inventor, for those who don't know, but he was poor. Most people think that since he was poor, that means he was a shitty inventor. He never got rich off of the things that he invented. But he was actually kind of just a really good person. The things that he was trying to invent, he planned to use to help all people for free. For instance, he had an idea to create free electricity for basically like the whole world, but, all of America at the very least. His idea did not take off like he planned because competitors with similar ideas had more money to make it work, and then they monetized it. Thomas Edison.
Like assholes. God damn you, Thomas Edison.
Anyway, the point is that I approve of this Tesla fascination. Another thing that I find fascinating about the direction that Uriel took this group after Ernest's death is the reason why it's considered a UFO religion. Ernest never cared too much about the thought of UFOs and extraterrestrials. He was very clear about his spiritual teachings being important to each individual who is awakening the psychic abilities inside of them so that they can have a spiritual connection and live their best life. He was the original witch in my eyes.
I love it.
He once allegedly said something about people who claim to have seen UFOs are actually just manifesting that as an escape mechanism to focus on something other than their real life problems. And honestly, that's probably exactly why Ruth/Uriel went very deep into the seemingly crazy side after her sister and the love of her life were gone from this planet. But also, she was 71 years old at this time. She probably didn't plan to live too much longer, and she was just having the greatest time being the Queen of Angels and preparing for the Space Brothers.
Get it, girl.
The Space Brothers is what she called all life from other planets. And if you asked her, by the way, there were 32 other planets with life on them. They make up the Interplanetary Confederation. And if you were to look them all up on a map, there's a pattern that they make around a spiritual sun.
Ooh. Are these the 35 planets?
Yeah. 33.
33, sorry.
All of the planets in the picture have their names in bold, like right here, right here. And then under the name of the planet is the leader's name. And if you look over here in the left corner, Earth's leader is Uriel.
Ah.
So calling yourself a leader of Earth is not super cool if you're claiming to be just a teaching center and not a cult.
Yes.
But still, she didn't seem to be doing anything particularly harmful to people's minds yet. She was just telling people that they had to learn to be the best version of themselves in order for the Space Brothers to come to Earth. Space Brothers, by the way, is a general term that is not specifically binary. The Space Brothers do not have genders. So once humankind was ready to accept the help and the knowledge of the Space Brothers, 33 spaceships would come to Earth and accept them with open arms. 32 of these spaceships would be full of 1,000 living beings from each of the other 32 planets. And the 33rd spaceship would be for any Earthians, by the way, not Earthlings, Earthians, who wanted to learn more from the Space Brothers. Each Space Brother planet has a special message and skill that everyone will hopefully want to master. And together, the 33 Interplanetary Confederation planets will create a little city with their spaceships, interlocking them all together. Which I will show you a picture of in just a minute.
Okay.
This brings me to another very fascinating thing about this cult, which, first, is that there is a need for this space to happen. There is a need for space for this to happen. Does that make sense? It doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay. Uriel purchased a big plot of land in the desert, and this is where all the spaceships would land, eventually, when humans were ready. By the way, did I already say that this was all happening in California?
No.
So I don't remember if I did.
You at the beginning, briefly, but no, not since then.
Yes. So the Uriel and Ernest lived together in El Cajon, California, and this is where Unarius was.
Okay.
So she bought a plot of land in the desert nearby, and to prepare for this landing, she needed to have an outfit to prove that she was the leader, Uriel, the Queen of Angels.
We all do, yes.
And also, she needed to spread the word to other parts of the world so that they could prepare as well. So, learning centers, or Unarius Academy of Sciences, opened all over the world. There were centers in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Toronto, Ontario, England, New Zealand,
Canada,
Nigeria, and Poland. And if Uriel was going to visit these new centers, she needed new outfits for those too. And actually, she just needed new outfits in general. She wanted to look amazing And she really did look amazing. First, I am going to show you a picture. The spaceship city that the Space Brothers were going to create when they arrive. And of course, you'll see the lovely outfit that Uriel is wearing in this.
Yeah. Okay.
This is Uriel.
Yeah.
This is the spaceship city when it comes. They're just gonna slowly stack on top of each other until it's like all of them in one. You know, do you watch like any space shows like the Orville? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
at one point
Yeah.
they all just connect to one thing. And you can just go,
It also kind of looks like a fancy dessert tray.
It does.
But that's just me. Maybe I'm
here's another picture.
Okay, I like
Uriel
that.
in another outfit.
I think that only this smiling, sweet-looking lady could pull off these outfits, is what I'm going to say.
You just wait. This next picture is a picture of one of the spaceship replicas that Uriel was showing off.
Okay. Oh.
Look at her hair. She's always wearing wigs. This spaceship replica was actually
gold spandex, though. Like okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. This spaceship replica was actually added to her vehicle. Here it is.
Oh, I need it. I need this to be my car.
Here's another picture of it with her in front of it.
Get it? Yeah, girl.
Look at the outfit.
My God.
The rainbow cape.
I love the rainbow cape, and it's Pride Month.
From everything that I have read and known, Uriel is a woman, has always been a woman, was born a woman, but she has the most drag queen vibes.
I agree.
Of everything.
I totally
let me
agree.
keep going. It's
but
amazing.
Low key, my hero. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, Trevin, you've been replaced. Yes. I love it! Oh my God! Are those fucking sparklers behind her?
No, that's her. Oh, you mean
no,
hair?
like on the top. Yeah.
That's just a tree.
Oh, okay. It looked like sparklers.
Yeah. With her rainbow cape again.
I love it.
There's another one, all purple with her purple hair.
Yes, Uriel. Okay.
This is inside of one of the Unarius buildings.
I love it. She kind of looks like the Good Witch in that one.
Yeah.
Good Witch vibes from like Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm. This is another inside picture of Unarius. They have on the wall like what it stands for.
Sierra, we have to move to California.
I'm pretty sure it's a museum now, so.
Oh.
Maybe we'll just visit. Oh, I mean, the cult is still going, if that's what you're questioning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both. But I do want to
another
visit that
inside
museum.
picture.
So cool.
Yeah, part of the museum now is seeing all of her outfits. Like, they have all of her outfits on display on mannequins.
Can I buy the rainbow cape?
Oh,
Pretty
you just wait
please.
until we see my favorite one.
Oh,
That's not even my favorite.
Yes.
Okay, here's another one. This one's all blue.
Yes, blue and gold. Or
I love
sorry,
that
blue
she
and
has-
like silver.
I love that she has the capes and also, like, these giant collars connected to her capes. And always her hair
best
is,
smile.
like, beehive.
Yeah,
does.
I love her.
I love her
my
too.
hero.
Here's another one. This was blue hair.
I love it. The rose. Oh, queen.
Here's purple again.
Yes, we love a purple. Oh my God.
She has, like, a staff in this picture.
I love it. Okay, she kinda, I'm not even gonna lie, she looks like my grandma.
Oh.
Like in the best way. My grandma would never wear that, but oh fuck yeah. That's a good one.
Crowns and
That's a good one. Yeah.
the beaded forehead pieces.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the big flower on her collar. Yeah.
Look, the peacock princess of Atlantis.
Yes! Oh my God. This woman is my hero. Sorry, Trevin, you've been beat out.
This one has the rainbow cape with the rainbow collar. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
And then the next one here is my favorite. Are you ready?
Yeah, I already screamed, so yeah, I'm ready.
This is a dress with all of the 32 planets on it. 33 around the spiritual sun, and it lights up.
Yes, it does. What? Oh my god.
It's amazing.
Can we be Uriel for Halloween? Can that be one of our costumes this year?
I will totally be Uriel for Halloween.
Can we pick one of these outfits for each of our costumes and do that for one? We have like 5. Come on. Oh my god.
There's much more.
Oh my. No, I mean like
Outfits of her.
five outfits we gotta pick. I mean.
Right.
Oh my god. Let's be Uriel
Yeah.
for Halloween.
So,
Can
Uriel was
we-
not the only one in Unarius that had a fascination with intense dress up. Actually, part of the
Do
group.
they explain the rainbows at any point?
No, she just liked
No.
them.
Okay. I love it. It's
Yeah. She's all about peace and making yourself a better person. The aliens won't accept you until you're better.
love that.
Yeah, so actually, one part of the group's therapy was dressing up. Uriel called it psychodrama therapy.
Yes.
And it's basically improv theater
I am obsessed.
where members dress up as who they were in a past life, like sometimes even aliens, and they acted out the things that they went through in their past life as a way to both remember it and to work through it. So I do have one picture of that as well.
I am obsessed with this entire... we're already joining, Sarah. We are part of this cult. What the fuck? This woman is my hero. Ah! I love it. I don't know if I can ever say, like, past life connections, but I think it could be a thing. It also is a comforting thing to know that, like, your soul is going to live on. So I get the...
I believe
get all
in
of it.
reincarnation more than I believe in heaven and hell. So here's all the past life people.
My God.
Yeah. So honestly, I can't even point out which one is Uriel. I don't even know if she's in this picture.
Yeah.
This
like,
is just all
different-
people who've dressed up
But like,
different people.
decades, eras.
Yeah, like this guy was obviously an Egyptian in a past life.
Yeah, that's so cool.
This guy looks like he might have been like fucking Elvis in a past life.
I
Like,
was totally thinking
don't know.
Elvis, but yeah, like 1960s for sure.
So, like I said earlier, this group believes in past lives so much that they think it influences things happening in their current life.
Okay.
This can become problematic, though, since most present life mistakes are then blamed on past life situations. In some circumstances, they believe if a believer is sick, they are sick because of something that they did in a past life, and working through the past life trauma in psychodrama therapy will cure their sickness, which we know is not true. Basically, they're saying you deserve that illness unless you work through it. So one person who was a pretty important member of the group was named Chris Spiegel, and he was a channeler like Ruth and Ernest were. He wrote a lot of the books for Unarius. But his past lives, Ruth told him, were all pretty awful people, such as Lucifer and Napoleon Bonaparte.
But can it be the Lucifer from Lucifer? Because then I'm in.
I don't think that was in the past. I think that's in the present. Because of this, Chris had to undergo a lot of psychodrama therapy to eventually come to terms with and overcome the bad things that he had done before, so that he could become good enough to transition to the higher planes. He did eventually make it to that point, though. Chris Spiegel actually becomes the next leader of Unarius when Uriel eventually dies, or quote-unquote transitions, at the age of 93.
No!
But before that, she gains a lot of followers. So part of that has to do with the look that she had, the car that she drove, and her charisma. And another part of that is the press that she got. There were multiple times that Uriel predicted that the Space Brothers were on their way. The Space Brothers, again, can only come once humankind is ready for them, which means that they're good and true and psychic. if she actually believed in the Space Brothers, I don't think she actually believed that they were coming, because there's no way that she thought that this world, or even America at that time, was good and ready. I think she was just using them, quote unquote, coming as a publicity stunt. She announced that they were coming in 1974, which was a time of terrible shit. 1975, 1977, 1984. Like, all of the, like, serial killers were rampant. There's no way, especially near California. Space Brothers don't want anything to do with us. But she kept saying they were coming. And every time, she got huge press about it. And also,
they saw
every
the
time,
Golden State Killer, and they're like, no.
Yeah. Well, and also every time, no spaceships ever came. Some followers were suspicious about her lying and would leave the group, while others, many others, saw her in this amazing outfit, spewing about peace and aliens. And it was the 70s and the early 80s, and they decided to start following the group. So, while some left, many others joined. And always, she blamed her misunderstanding of the Space Brothers coming on a past life trauma. Anyway, nothing is her fault. When Uriel passed and Chris took over, the amount of members dropped dramatically. There are still people who follow this group and who are trying again to spread the word. And there are many who follow the Ernest Norman philosophy of the group. They believe that all the teaching before he died / transitioned, but they don't agree with the extraterrestrial direction that Ruth / Uriel took the group.
Like Lorelai?
As for me, this is literally my favorite cult ever. I heard about it on an episode of Zealot a while ago. Also, my favorite episode of Zealot ever, by the way. Not only is it absolutely hilarious, but it gave so much information, because the host, Jo Thornley, and her guest for that episode, Matt Whitehead, watched the teaching videos on YouTube from Unarius, like, from their YouTube page. So
Yes.
I did get a lot of my information and help finding more information from that podcast episode. It's episode 16 of Zealot. Zealot is no longer an ongoing podcast, but the episodes, I believe, are still up. Also, I found out that Jo Thornley wrote a book, so Google her or Amazon her to get her book about cults.
Cool.
Anyway, that episode of Zealot has always stuck with me. I couldn't forget the interesting information I learned after listening to it the first time. I literally remember where I was when I first heard it. I was sitting on my porch at my old house in Alabama the last time I lived here. It was nighttime. I can literally picture the way the night sky looked with the orange glow of the streetlights. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with this episode or this cult, but I've listened to it multiple times since then. And this most recent time, I decided that I was probably Ruth Norman in a past life, since she died in July of 1993, just before I was born. And that's why I'm a hermit now, because in my past life, I gave all my energy to being that lively woman.
I love it.
That's it.
All right, Ruth. So,
It's my life.
Interesting. That's really cool. Oh my god. I love this cult. So I can't
love
even
this
really
cult.
call it a cult, because cults,
I
like,
know.
to me, get such negative connotations or negative, feelings when you say the word cult. And this seems so positive.
But it's also
and
not a
so,
religion.
Yeah. It just seems
They're not worshiping
very-
anyone.
I like it.
Except themselves. I love it.
Yeah. I love it. We're a part of this cult now. Everybody deal with it. That's so cool, though. I love it. And it doesn't harm anyone. And so many
It
cults
doesn't. It
harm
really
people. That's my biggest issue with cults. So
Yeah. I mean, I guess it might be harmful for Ruth to say, like, you were Lucifer.
AKA
You need
Sarah.
to atone for that. Or for her to say, oh, you have cancer, that's because of something you did in a past life. If you just work through that trauma, it'll get better. That's probably harmful.
Yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, she's not like forcing anybody to be there. She's not like,
asking for anything.
Preaching. Yeah. She's just like, this is what I believe. If you want to believe it, sure. Believe
That's
it. If you don't,
very unique.
I don't care. I believe it.
Because there's either harm unto others, you're asking for something.
Or like pressure.
Yeah. I love this. I love it so much.
It's amazing. And her outfits are the best thing in the world.
She's my hero.
And a million thanks to Joe Thornley from Zealot for introducing me to this.
Yes, we have plugged that podcast probably at least 3 times now. So
yeah, I think most of the time I always talk about this cult. I just never said who it was. I always say you covered my favorite cult.
Yeah. You've referred to it. Yeah, this woman is my hero. So Sierra was already my hero. So now, like, current life Sierra is my co-host, and past life Sierra was my hero. So that makes sense.
If Ruth Norman is me in a past life, then the things that she said in the cult are wrong, because in her version of things, she transitioned. She's no longer a human. She's a super celestial being.
Well, you're
in my version of things,
so
she was lying, and she's still a human, and here I am.
I don't know, guys. Did you check out our Halloween episodes from last year? Sierra was a pretty convincing alien, so go check that out. Episode 37. But, yeah, no, you did amazing. I loved that. That's so fun.
Thank you.
I love it.
I've been saving it because I didn't want it to be over, but
then
I'm glad
she was
I finally
like
shared it with the world.
Nice.
Exactly.
Oh, I love it.
I think I just accidentally said shared it with the worlds, plural.
You did.
And I think it was
all 33 planets.
All 33.
Total Freudian slip. Sierra's just bringing her followers back to where they need to be, aka Ruth.
Yep.
So Ruth, what is our what day is it today? What's life hold for us today?
Today is June 21st, and on this day in 1948, the first long play record was invented. Before this, the longest runtime on records was only about 10 minutes of song. The long play, or LP, record gave 21 minutes of playtime per side. It was 12 inches wide, and it spun at 33 1/3 rounds per minute. This particular record is considered to have the best sound, and this is the one that is still used and produced today. Because of its popularity, this specific record that was invented on this day in 1948 is the reason that musicians began releasing albums instead of singles.
What?
Albums were about 21 minutes long, and the ones that were more than 21 minutes had the second half of the album on the flip side of the record. So you learned a fun fact to share with everyone today. Today,
Love
the record
that.
was invented. That is the reason for albums.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
That's so cool. I love that. This was a great episode. That's a great day of the week fact, and we're a great podcast, so share it with your friends and family, and go leave those 5-star reviews. Don't forget to check out Patreon at the $1 level or higher for your entry to, just be a part of our live show in October together, and check out all of that fun stuff. We will see you next week for your regularly scheduled program, and in the meantime,
Keep it twisted.
Thank you for listening to Twisted and Uncorked Podcast. Remember to leave a 5-star rating and review wherever you are listening now. It really is the best way to spread the word. You can also check out all of our sources and materials, as well as photos for the episode, on our website at twistedanduncorked.com. And you can follow us on social media at Twisted and Uncorked or Twisted_pod on Twitter. Thank you so much for all of your love and support, and we will see you next Tuesday for a brand new episode. Cheers!